Hello. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? That's a question we will not be tackling today, as this is Character Studios' Remnant Lunar Archon Session 95. I hope you have had a wonderful week. I've had a pretty good one. Just to date and time this, pollen. That's the end of the sentence. Pollen.
Mr. Owl, what's the date and time in-game?
Mr. Owl says the date and time in game is Thursday, the 6th of July, year 417, at post-schism at approximately 2 p.m. It is in the afternoon. I'm going to roll a die and see who it is that's going to do a thing. I'm going to roll a d6. Gambit, would you like to give the recap?
Sure. Nothing much. We got Sasha, Hellion to take the children, leaving just us. And then I forgot what we're doing, but there started to be discussion, and Grand was feeling like Thicket had abandoned the party, but he was really just misunderstanding what was going on, and there was a whole discussion, and we kind of ended there.
Discussion hasn't really resolved. Currently, Thicket is skulking a little bit, which is understandable, as Thicket has not had any resolution, and the others were speaking to Garan to try and understand what was going on and bring him around, but the discussion was still going. So as we come back in, it is on to y'all as you continue the discussion.
Before we start, I was just going to kind of clarify what Gambit was going to say to Gron since it's been like a week. I think my thoughts were kind of, he'd be like, look, like, let's be logical. Has Thicket ever abandoned the party before? No. Is there any reason to think that he was going to, and that Thicket is, what was it?
What are you saying
Since
in character?
this is the reason why I wanted to do this.
I think the players.
I feel like this is the practice run.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, this is the practice run.
That's fair enough. Okay. Do your practice.
Anything to add or critique?
I mean, you do however you want. I mean, the simple out was it's not his fault. He's a cat. He may not understand everything about.
Yeah, that was it.
But
Yeah. It's not his fault.
If you want to go a different angle and try like a logical, like, hey, this has never happened before or whatever. I mean, you can try that.
Yeah.
I will say that probably won't go as well as you might hope, but if you want to go a different angle, go for it.
But Garand is very logical, so he's looking for a logical explanation. If it's not Thicket's fault, Thicket is dealing with this stuff.
It's not Thicket's
as much
fault.
as everyone else is.
Yeah. He's a cat, and Thicket hasn't ever done that before.
You can't expect him to understand everything either.
Yeah. Okay. Alright.
Hey, Thicket, roll me a d20.
Anything for you, Beyonce.
Bring the beat in!
Cool, continue.
I think
Okay.
it may also make a minor difference just to think of where exactly we were at in the conversation. It was something along the lines of like, Garan had just expressed that like, I don't know how much cat is there and how much sentient non-cat creature is there.
And seemingly
And
like the idea that because their experiences are so different, he doesn't think it's possible, perhaps, that they can understand each other due to their different life experiences and natures. That he is, he's an elf who grew up with, he's a half-elf who grew up with elves in a forest, and Thicket was raised by the trees or whatever. or the moon in this case.
Yeah, like he's very unique and special and significantly different from like pretty much all of reality as most people know it. So, like, keeping that in mind, like that's effectively where Garon's coming from. Is like, I don't know how, like, where Cat ends and where sentient, thoughtful creature begins. And it's not about. There's also a lot of other layers there that like haven't even like begun to like go deeper than that, because it was more about like, why are you upset with Thicket? but I mean, that's how it goes sometimes. So it is what it is. But effectively, where we're at is Garon didn't know how to understand.
I think we lost you there for a second. What was the end of that sentence?
I'm not sure where you lost me. So
the last sentence.
I was saying, so effectively the last part for Garon would have been something along the lines of, I don't know where Cat ends and sentient, thoughtful creature begins. That would have been effectively like where he's at. I think that would have been like the last kind of thought process there. But anyway.
Well, okay. Garant. Okay, we're in character now. Let's think about it. Thicket didn't ask to become a cat either. So, and from my experience, Thicket has never seemed to abandon the party before, so maybe we should just kind of not assume the worst in Thicket, and I think we'll be fine.
I mean, it's absolutely a good point. We don't know exactly how it all came about for him to be who he is, or how, or when, or where, or why, or any of that. So you're not wrong. And as far as his historical tendency to be active and supportive and the like, also true. So I suppose it would be, I don't know, relevant, I guess, to the whole situation. And I think it came up already, but the idea of better communication for our plans, because I guess the understanding is, we don't want them to pick up on what we're doing, so that they try to stop us from what we're doing. And there's good thoughts in that as well. So yeah,
it can be difficult, though, to support each other if we don't know what each other's plans are.
Right. And I think that there are a series of events that were quite traumatic for me, honestly. And I feel like that has been an underlying case for quite some time. So, maybe it's wrong, but I like to attach to people and to be connected with them. And
what's wrong about that?
Well, so it seemed like, okay, I'm in great danger, and then Thicket flew up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so in the moment, I'm like, wait, where's Thicket going? I don't know. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up bleeding. I mean, and then it wasn't like, oh, hey man, that was rough. Oh, are you all right? Nobody really even asked if I was okay. Like, I just, went down. Like, I mean, I haven't even properly been able to process everything that I really haven't even asked John how he's doing. Yeah, he went down in that last fight. And he may be feeling a way about that. He may not. I don't know. But anyway, no, you're right. We don't know exactly how he came to be the way that he is, and it is probably not something that he sought out. And so we don't know. And we don't know what about him is Grimm and how that translates. And we don't know if that means that there's a subtle untrustworthiness that we, have to be, we don't know any of that, right? And so, okay, let's try to go with the best bit that we do know, which, he's been along for the journey, an exploratory cat on a cat mission to do cat things. I don't know. And I would like to understand, and maybe he doesn't even know how to understand, and that's his own other thing. But again, communication is important.
Yeah.
When he's ready to communicate, hopefully he will. And I believe that even if you're upset with someone, as long as you communicate through it, it's fine. I think when, and maybe some people need to just take a breather, and that's okay. But do you come back and resolve it, or do you just hope sleeping dogs lie? And I don't know.
I think it will work out. And I don't think that Thicket will become a Grimm.
I hope
I'll
not.
stop it.
I love that. I love
Not
that.
allowed.
I'm on board, and let's do that. But again, we don't understand all the finer details of all that. Again, and I think it's just maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think we should take for granted that he's a sentient cat that was given these great earthly powers to control the elements and do mighty and powerful things. I mean, that's honestly speaking, I feel like the only people who've been remotely emotionally vulnerable is you and me. So, I mean, we met Sam's parents, and Sam seemed almost. Oh, John, sorry. We met John's parents, and John seemed almost detached to the whole process. So, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate you being willing to try to talk with me through this, and hopefully we can figure this out. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still going to try to fight by Thicket's side. I'm still going to try to know him and try to, help him as I hoped to have helped both you and Doug. Anyway.
Cool. Good talk.
Also, we need to find a place to put Jackie. I can't put her through this again. She's going to hate it, and it might break her heart. But if I can find her someone that she feels comfortable with, then I think that's the best thing. Because I should have been better than that.
I don't know. Is Maverick good with animals?
You know what? They've known each other. They've known each other since then. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Maybe.
No, I think that's brilliant. Thank you.
I'm sure they could get up to some wacky hijinks together.
At the very least, she'll have someone who can take care of her and not put her in mortal danger every few hours, days.
He's fuming.
That's gonna be the hard part, actually. Is how do we get Thicket to reconcile with Garand? We might not be able to. Might have to take time.
What is the party doing? The greater party, the ones over away from Thicket in particular?
I mean, Doug was just listening to Grand and Gambit.
Rond, Gambit, John.
Too bad
I
ending can't mend a friendship.
Yeah, I guess after we finish our conversation, we'll probably move on to like, oh, where are we're gonna set up camp, or you know, are we gonna keep moving, and just kind of let Gambit would let Thicket have Thicket have time, not go.
Rond.
Garon's not wise in the slightest, so he has no idea that there's,
But he still needs to apologize.
Well, beyond that, like even more, like the fact that he could be the one with an issue, and then somehow he has to be the one to apologize for it. Like that's definitely not going to be on his radar. So he's just going to be like, we're going to go whenever. So.
By the way, Garand, you probably should like apologize to Thicket. Maybe not right away. Give him some time. But
what? What?
You're gonna need to say that you're sorry for what you said to him, because for hurt, maybe not what you said, but for it hurt his feelings, and we need to respect that. And
well, nobody respects that my feelings were hurt, that I was bothered by all this. Nobody. No. Nope. All right. No. Nope. No.
Okay.
He can go off and do whatever he wants. Then go ahead. Be a magic super cat. I don't care.
I can make a perception check. With disadvantage.
You're supposed to say sorry.
Doug, you also make a perception check.
Can you do it for me real quick?
I can.
With this. I like drawing courses, but I don't know what else to draw with it.
Thicket, you become aware as you're looking into the water, fuming, sitting, whatever it is you're doing, kicking a rock or breaking twigs. You begin to hear a buzzing sound that begins getting louder.
Oh,
Fantastic.
they're wasps. They put out pheromones for the others.
No,
What would Thicket
Thicket's
like to do?
upset.
Because Doug is completely unaware, and the others are too distracted. What would Thicket like to do?
What would I like to do?
Think it could turn into a bird and fly away.
It could turn into a bird and fly away. That's an option.
Cue chase scene. Thicket storms back over and says, "There's more of them."
Or what?
He points to the direction of the buzzing sound.
You see rapidly approaching are 5 more whatchamacallums. What are they called?
Beedrills?
Yeah, 5 more beedrills. Called beedrills.
Vespers?
What the heck?
Lancers and 1 queen lancer.
Oh, lovely.
Thicket, as
Did
you
we
do
long
this.
rest?
Nope. Thicket,
No,
as this happens,
we
you
haven't.
also hear a growling sound from the southeast. And the shifting of trees. And splashes of water in the swamp.
We should probably get out of here.
That's probably wise. But where are we gonna go? Aren't we on like an island?
Swamp water, it only goes up to about ankle or knee height. But still slows you down.
Yeah, let's go.
Continuing to approach.
Gambit's gonna get his gun out, but he's gonna start walking away.
Which direction are you walking?
Away from the bugs?
Into the water?
Yeah, I guess so.
Good to know. What are the rest of you doing?
Oh, Lord.
Following suit. Question above the table. I thought I went down. Why am I at full health?
Thicket healed everyone
Aura
super good.
vitality, baby!
Oh, okay. I
Aura
did not remember
vitality.
that.
Powerful. Probably the best out-of-combat healing spell in regular D&D. Doug? Garand?
I mean, staying with the group. Garon's going to do his best to try to like be like in protective mode. Basically, if I can have a like as I'm following, if I can have a ready to action to Elder's Blast away the first thing that tries to swoop at anybody, even if it's Thicket. Like I know we're going through like an emotional thing or whatever, but like it doesn't matter who it is to him. So because he also doesn't know why they're coming, but.
Dang.
So basically,
Doug?
he's like,
Thicket?
He doesn't know why they're coming.
I
as
think it's
steam comes
pretty
out of Thicket's ears.
obviously.
I mean, again, to you guys maybe, but to an 8 wisdom guy, not super obvious.
He doesn't realize that
Does he have
everyone's
short-term memory
upset.
loss?
I do think you knew last time
Yeah.
that Grimm are attracted by intense
Yeah.
emotions.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so then he might be guessing. Like, I think maybe it's Thicket. Like, if, like
That was what you guessed last time, was that it was John, because they were going after John.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was out of character because of the roles, but or no, maybe it was. No,
It was
It was
character.
definitely in character, because you verbally said
said-
that it seemed like
You
he
said
had
something
something
about-
on his mind.
Yeah, you said he looked like there was something. Okay, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And
Doug,
it was
what are
a
you
whole
doing?
revelation to John.
And that's what
does-
started the conversation.
Does
Yeah.
Doug get the sense that this swamp is scary beyond all reason?
No. Doug in particular would not find this swamp to be that scary.
I mean, he
Grim
does
perhaps
have like
concerning.
survival. He does have like survival sense. So
Especially now that the witches are gone,
okay.
it is not abnormally scary. It's just that... Go ahead and make a nature or arcana check.
It's just regular scary.
It's just regular scary.
Well, and the thing is, like these Grimm may have been like all waiting to like pounce in here.
Yeah, so
Like
with that
millennia.
roll, you, based on what you've seen so far, you get the sense that it is highly likely that whatever the witches were doing was keeping Grimm out. And so on top of the high emotions, the whole area has suddenly opened up and they are swarming.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Are we running or fighting?
I think we're kind of fighting, but like mostly running. fighting when need to. But
Essentially,
I
you
think
have
they
another
just need
turn
to
before I
leave.
roll initiative.
Fight
Hey,
running.
Hey,
Hey, Thicket. Can you make us invisible for a little while? Because I feel like it's about to get a little busy.
No, I cannot.
A little buzzy.
I said busy.
That was Chris, not Garand.
I love Doug.
That was totally Chris.
Though
Bet I can't
Doug would have also
more
said
than
no, I
one.
said busy.
So when Doug gets this sense, he's going to go ahead and manifest an echo
Okay, where are you putting it?
prior to anything. Just like flickering around him.
Cool. Thicket, what would you like to do before everyone rolls initiative?
Here.
Let me see here. I can't move Call Lightning, can I?
No, how long does it last? Is it an
10
hour?
minutes.
10 minutes, so it's probably still going, fortunately. Because I don't think y'all took the time for a short rest. Though, it's Call Lightning concentration.
Nope.
That conversation was really long.
This is true. Plus, I'm pretty sure Call Lightning is concentration.
Is it an
and
hour
you
long?
Cast Aura Vitality.
Yes,
so it's,
actually.
Yeah. Yeah, actually true. It was a long conversation. But also, you cast Aura Vitality, so that would have canceled out the Call Lightning. But no, you cannot move it.
So I can't run with it.
Nope.
Well.
BRB.
Okay, wait. Let me read the spell.
Go for it.
Let me know when it's my turn, because I have the best idea.
Oh no.
You're basically gonna have
I said the worst. I don't know. I'm hyped. I don't know, but I'm
Have
hyped.
it prepped because you're gonna have like one turn and then y'all are rolling initiative.
Oh, I'm prepped. I'm
I
ready to
guess
go.
yeah.
I know
While
the
you're
one.
rolling initiative, I should go ahead and start making some guys appear. You know.
Oh
Well, I
well.
was gonna say before we roll initiative, can I cast one spell? Really quickly.
Depends on the spell.
He's saying all to have a turn. I'm hoping that my turn will
Thinking
change.
cloud.
Where are you going to end up trying to cast it after Thicket does whatever Thicket's doing?
So, if I polymorph myself into like a spider, just like a normal spider,
Correct.
will it take my rage away? Being so small and unintelligent.
Thing is, I'm pretty sure spiders can get angry. I've definitely seen an angry spider before.
No.
What about a ladybug?
Oh, lovely. I love that.
I'm gonna cast it right there.
How high in the air? Because those guys are probably 35, 40 feet high. We'll call it 35.
Is it 20 foot radius sphere?
You can put it in the air.
Okay, sure.
So, when it
25 feet. There you go.
with the lancers, in terms of like what I can hear and also see, I guess, are those the only ones that seem to be approaching?
You have heard a growling sound from the southeast.
That doesn't sound like a lancer.
Sound like a lancer. But
Okay.
this getting
Wonderful.
Well,
What if it's the king?
No. It's gonna be a different kind of like beast monster or whatever. It's gonna be something awesome. I mean, you know.
I'm gonna cast Earthbind on the biggin.
Also, I'm gonna say because Polymorph retains your alignment and personality, I think you can still be angry. Sid, you're gonna try to cast Earthbind.
Yeah.
I believe that is a save, or it'd be forced to descend X amount of feet per turn. Is that right?
What? I clicked the wrong button. Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and throw the save at it.
It must succeed on a strength saving throw, or its flying speed is reduced to 0, and it starts descending at 60 feet per round.
Man, okay. Well, I don't know if you're interested in a possible retcon, but let me know here in a second, I guess.
Depends on how far back you're trying to retcon.
About 2 rounds worth.
Nope.
Okay. I guess once we realize that effectively it's coming for Angry Thicket.
Well, Garan hasn't realized that anyway, from what I understand.
I accidentally cast it at myself, too.
Well, our Thicket also has to go down to the ground. It unfortunately succeeds.
No.
Nar.
Claire.
No. Claire.
Your DC is 17 now? Holy crap.
I got a lot of 17s on my sheet.
Yeah. Got a lot of big numbers on your sheet, period. Good thing your HP isn't 17. Anyway.
Okay, and now I head towards Gambit.
Yep, go ahead and move your 30 feet. You're currently not locked. So, just move. Garant.
I'll just
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. You can
do
shoot
that.
there. It's
I
fine.
guess.
It's not the biggest deal. For the record, the water is difficult.
All right. Here's my.
But
Here's
not
your-
for me.
It's true, not for Thicket. Thicket is unaffected by.
Here's my best work.
I feel like I also have something that does terrain.
Alright, check your sheet, Garand. Can you say that one more time? You were cutting out. Kick.
It's my no. Well, I'm not cutting out. You guys are talking, so I'm like, stop. I'm not. I don't want.
All right,
I don't like
all
talking
you.
over
What
people.
you doing?
So we're going to attempt the best worst idea and see how this goes.
The best
First idea. I
All
like
right.
it.
I would like to cast Charm Person on Thicket. And I'm going to Silvery Barbs with my reaction for disadvantage on that saving throw roll.
It says I'm rolling 2 different saves.
Just make the one.
Is that correct?
Delete the other.
Well-
and
It
make
should
the
one.
Well, I don't know.
With this-
Delete because one is 1d20 and one is 1d20 plus 9.
Is it a wisdom saving throw, Chris?
Yeah, that's why. That's
I'm
why.
gonna
I
go
Oh
wanted to
wait,
get-
one is a strength save. I think that was from the
Yeah,
me
that was
casting
probably-
on myself.
Just cancel that one and then roll.
Never mind. Got it. Figured it out.
Which, roll again just from your sheet because you did have disadvantage. Because he's barbing you silverily.
Wisdom save.
Unfortunately, it fails, as Thicket is unaffected due to his mental fortitude, regardless of
Yeah.
the barbs. But who would you like to give advantage?
I guess Gambit so that he can get some sneak attack off.
Okie doke, Gambit, you've got another sitting thingamajig.
Yay.
And I'm switching us to combat music as I need everyone to roll initiative.
Dang it! That would have been so great.
Can I hero point my initiative?
Yes, any d20 roll can be hero
Yay.
pointed, including death saves.
Nice. How do I do that? Just click on it and then roll?
Yep. Should apply. I love looking at it because I'm just in my head. I'm like, oh, it's a good
And
combat in it.
I needed that hero point.
You did. It's a nice combat in it. Just every time I see the INIT on the thing for initiative abbreviation, it's a good combat, isn't it? Roll for Jackie, please. Jackie's still here.
Does Jackie want to be involved? Have Jack.
She
Keep
doesn't get a
run.
choice.
No. I need.
Turkey,
I need.
run.
There she is.
Girl.
Jackie the Jackal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okie doke. Garon, you are first as you are rapidly realizing. I also need you to go ahead and make a perception check for free.
This is for Jack.
For free.
For free.
Sorry, anytime anyone ever says that, I think of that Adam Sandler movie. What is it? Bedtime Stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a bad movie. Not great, but not bad. Is that high enough? I guess I didn't really decide on DC. I'm gonna say, yeah, sure, why not? They're not trying to be that stealthy. You see
Love
off
how
to the
he's
south.
deciding the DC after the roll.
Listen, I meant to before and then I didn't, so it happens sometimes. As you see 3 fairly reasonably large creatures and then 1 much larger creature approach from the south. You see 3 of these smaller bear, like a black bear, brown bear, not like a grizzly. These smaller black bear-sized creatures with these long bone-like talons and these spines coming out of their back, as well as these almost shards or bony protrusions out of their shoulders. On their head, a familiar white mask with red lining. As you see this Grimm.
Aww.
Mm.
You know, it's sad, but he actually looks like a cute little puppers.
And pushing aside the trees behind them, a larger version of a very similar creature, if not the same, with far more bony pieces, but much larger in size.
Because of course we have to have the Dynamaxed version.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's more like an evolved version, but I could put in a Dynamaxed version.
Like a mama bear and a baby bear. Wonderful.
All right.
You know what? I appreciate the fact of what Ruby named these, so I'm not even gonna make you roll a check, especially because y'all have done Grimm stuff. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna identify them so you can see the names because I appreciate the names.
Ursa Major.
And Ursa Minor.
Ursa Minor.
Yep. Ursa Major and Ursa Minor.
You said they're to the south? I don't see anything on my map.
That's because I hadn't pressed the button.
Oh, okay.
There you go. The button's done been pressed.
Okay. All right. Everybody's temporary from the last mantle is all gone. Has everybody used it, or just people still have some?
How long does it stay?
I mean, technically, anything that's a temporary lasts until a short or long rest.
Or until it specifies otherwise. I don't know if your thing specifies otherwise. Some specify like for 1 minute, but I don't know for yours specifically.
No, there's nothing. So it's either a short.
There you go. Yeah, y'all didn't take a rest, so.
So does most everybody still have it, or?
You're currently missing yours. Doug has it. Gambit has it. Thicket is missing his. John is missing his. Jackie has hers.
Okay, so 2 people don't. Okay.
Yeah. It's you.
I'll hold off.
3. You, the 2 bards, and the cat. Y'all have used so many things last fight. I wonder what stuff you might have left in the tank.
I guess that's fine because maybe people will want to move. So, yeah.
You gonna mantle inspirationally?
Yeah, I think so. All right, so 1, 2. I'll give it to the main 5. So Jackie will not, but she already has it, and I'm not going to really have her move anyway because she's right there next to me, so it's fine. But John, you now have that temporary. Thicket, you have that temporary. I'm not even going to bother putting it on the 2 people that already have it, but you can also move if you want. You can move up to your speed as a reaction if you would like. You will not provoke opportunity attacks at this time, but nothing is close enough that matters at this moment.
Sounded
Move
like
up to
a
our
store
speed.
guy. It's like, we are currently not holding opportunity attacks this time. Please feel free to move up to your movement speed.
So what happens if we reach the edge of the map? Do we escape?
Nope. We enter into more of a
Oh.
fleeing phase with checks and stuff. If that's what y'all try to
I'm-
do.
Oh.
I'm trying to be clear.
So is it difficult movement then in the water?
Yep, half
Which
movement.
way are we running?
Half movement? So, what, 15 feet?
I think Doug is gonna fight. Like that looks
Why are
like
you trying to fight them, Doug?
I'm down for fighting them, but if we're running, then we can run. It's whatever.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can go range.
I think they're just gonna
Last
keep
time
coming.
It ended, unfortunately, for me. Or almost did.
Yeah, we just need to get out of here because they're gonna keep coming.
I mean, that's why I tried to charm Thicket. Because for a minute of him being my friend, then I'd be like, hey, look, when this is over, just put it out of your head. All right, buddy. All right. Is everybody done moving? If they're gonna move.
I don't know which way we're running.
I'm running this way.
So we're
Away
going
from all the bad guys.
So
Yeah, is that? So
So
we've got
Is
the.
the
Doug, do you want
collective
to come back?
attempting to flee?
Is that the way that we're supposed to go home? I hope so.
I mean, we can head to the shore first. That's fine. I think that's technically towards the water.
Well, bears can swim.
Yeah, bears are very good at swimming.
These aren't bears.
Allowed.
If it looks like a bear and it roars like a bear, it's probably a bear.
Isn't Ursa a mean bear?
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
Explicitly so. These are the Bear Grimm. That is what their whole design concept was, if I understand Ruby correctly.
It looks like a bear and it quacks like a bear. It's probably a bear.
And it has bones, I guess it has bones like a bear, but its bones don't typically spike out of its back.
So, did we officially state we're running? Was Doug
Yeah.
around for that?
Gambit did.
all right. So yes, Doug, you
It
could,
has.
I don't know if
So
Doug
move-
did. Or Gambit did.
Gambit
Doug
said, "Let's
mentioned-
run, let's go," and then he started going. That was like the first thing that
I
happened.
see.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why Thicket's over by Gambit.
That does make sense.
okay.
Which
So then
way are we running?
I can pick up and scoop up Jackie. I've got a 11 strength. That's enough to pick up a dog. She did die, but thanks to Thicket, she came back.
Okay, so then you shouldn't be fighting.
Thank you!
Emotions are complex. Emotions are complex. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
A person can do a nice thing and there still
What
be
would you
issue.
like to do with your action, Garand?
That's the reason why I play D&D, so that you can process things. It's good. It's a good way to process things because Anyway, all right.
Did
moving along.
Gambit? So Thicket, you can only move half speed. Oh no, you're not affected. Go ahead, have fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say Thicket should be good.
Skill issue.
And we can move our full movement? Is that
Yeah.
right?
So you could go 10 more feet if you wanted.
Go there because there's like 5 to 10 feet of movement. That's
Yeah.
whatever. And
On
I,
dry ground.
and I scooped her up. And come on, girl.
We're carrying her, which because she is a
and-
small creature. Actually, I think she's technically a tiny creature. She is quite easy for you to carry without impeding your movement. On account of being a small dog.
Oh wait, so a bell dog? Can I carry her in a satchel?
I mean, she'd be a little big for that, but you could do it. She's small
Okay,
enough that she could fit in one of the large ones.
All right. So I don't know if you're going to turn this into a skill challenge effectively. So just as a minor, suck it, Trebek. I'm going to drop off a shatter.
Okay, where are you throwing it?
So make sure that, yep, that's within range. and it's a 10-foot radius sphere. So I forget how to make the different sizes, but if my math is right, all 4 of the bears. I should be able to get all 4 of the bears.
With bombing?
You know what?
No, it's like
sure.
a
I'd say sure. It gets enough. Gets over half of the box for the Ursa Major. So
I would get the Ursa Major first, and then the Ursa Minor.
fortunately, you can get all of them. Alright, we are looking at Ursa Minor 2, failure. Ursa Minor 12, failure. Ursa Major, failure. Ursa Minor 14, success.
All right, and you want me to roll 1 dice, or do you want me to roll on each of them? How do you want me to do this for the damage?
Go ahead and hold Control, and then click on all of them except for Ursa Major 14, because I don't know that it would have done half damage. But you can go ahead and select 2, 12, and Ursa Major by you holding Control and then clicking on them. Left clicking. And it should select them. Once you have, you can... That's fine, I'll drag it onto them.
Alright, I don't know. It looked like cool, though. Those arrows look neat.
Oh, did it work on your side? Because it wasn't showing on my side.
I just see pretty arrows. I don't know if that means I did it right or wrong.
If you're seeing pretty arrows, that's a good sign, because you're supposed to see the pretty half arrows. Or the pretty arrows, and like the red, purple.
Yeah.
I don't know why it didn't show on my side that you selected them and didn't roll against them, but boom, I dragged the damage onto them. There was a kaboom, and that tree next to them just is destroyed. Splinters flying out. With almost max damage.
And then the 14 takes 8. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool, yeah. Alright.
Douglas.
And I'll be like, I'll be dropping those bombs as we run.
So if we're running, Doug is just going to shoot some frostpoint.
Okay.
So he's going to get out his bow and just take a couple shots as he traverses through.
What are we facing? What are we focusing on?
Let's do the closest bear. So let's do... Oops. I don't...
Barrington Bear Minor 2. That was damage. Fortunately, you didn't even roll it on the bear, so...
Yeah, I thought if I clicked it somewhere else, it wouldn't roll, but it did.
If you roll it not on the map, or not onto the box, it should. That hits roll damage. The first frost point. Firing off the arrow.
And,
appreciate that as of yet, Doug has never used Frostpoint on a flying enemy.
What'd you say?
I think as of yet, you've never used Frostpoint on a flying enemy.
That is correct. Wait, so that's 1. So let's do it again.
So another attack. And I assume you're not doing your special frost arrows?
Correct.
Okay. That's a 1. That one misses automatically as you trip in the water trying to step through, sliding on a slick rock, and the arrow flies off into the distance.
And then let's just have my echo kind of stay where it is. And Doug himself will move 30.
Running past your comrades. Answer 7.
And then for my bonus. Actually, I think I'm gonna hold off.
Cool. Lancer 7 is gonna fly 100 feet, dashing.
No.
Gonna fly 100 feet dashingly.
Dashing through the swamp.
like a bird, like a wasp of prey in the sky. Gambit. There's a big bug that is now 35 feet above you.
35 feet above me?
Yeah, and off 10 feet to the side. So.
I hope it likes to get shot. Sneak attack.
What's the range on your hand cannon? Your revolver?
2060.
So you would have disadvantage.
Let
So
me
you
double
wouldn't be
check
able to
that.
sneak attack.
I think I used my wings of flying today because today is
You
the
have.
same day that.
We are still on the same day.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to use my. Hold on.
Just by the way, the 20 feet isn't necessarily distance. It's that the accuracy of early firearms was not the best.
I don't know. I guess can I hold my action for the nearest creature to come in? Can I take my movement and then hold my action?
Yeah.
Or once the creature comes in range
Yes.
to fire away?
You may.
Okay. Like 30 feet. Is that 30 feet?
That is 25. Oh, though you are moving through slowness,
Oh, okay.
so 15.
So probably worse.
Because the water is slowing you down.
No.
Actually, Doug probably wouldn't have gotten as far as he did, but we're not going to go back and
You're
undo
gonna
it. We don't
slow me
undo
down.
things
Well,
here.
Doug can swim, right? Like he's like
It's
water
not
doesn't
deep enough
really
to
affect
swim.
him.
It's up to like knee height, which is enough to slow you down without being swimming useful.
Thick.
Yeah, thick, swampy water. Okay.
Ledge.
Worst of both worlds.
There is a large shadow that looms, approaching toward Doug as you see this huge creature
Kirby.
show up
Yay.
and approach somewhat, as coming out of the northern trees, having been much quieter, this humongous snake going across, being white on one side, and then halfway down it shifts into a dark black coloration. Heading to the back side, you see that there is a head on each end of this snake, each with their own skull plating and red eyes. As they loom over, and I will share the picture of another Grimm created by RWBY. Doc, the King Taijitu. And that appears right there. Comes out of the trees. And let me check the range on its attacks. Ah, wonderful. It has 10-foot reach. At least on its normal stuff. Yeah, it's gonna go all the way up to Doug. And it's going to attempt a constrict attack. Is that right? Let's see. Yes, it is going to attempt as it goes up to Doug and tries to turn around, like go around him to capture him in place. That is a hit. Anything you're gonna do, Doug?
Let's see. No, not right now.
Okay. It is going to hit and deal bludgeoning damage as it spins around you, crushing you inward as you use your aura to defend yourself as much as you can, but the bludgeoning is still difficult. You're also now grappled and restrained. And then it is going to attempt to bite you as its black head strikes down inward. Advantage because you're restrained. That's a 24 to hit. As you take 21 points of damage, partially piercing, partially necrotic. The Queen Lancer is going to be forced to fly down to the ground. Also, Sam, what is the effect of Stinking Cloud?
Any creature who is fully within must start its turn at the start of its turn. Make a Constitution saving throw against poison.
Do they get any benefit
On a
if they don't
failed
need to breathe?
save.
Just out of curiosity.
Huh?
Do they get any benefit if they don't need to breathe?
Creatures that don't need to breathe are immune.
Cool. Well, these do still breathe, kind of. So go ahead and roll it.
I was
Throw it
gonna
at
say
the
wasps
master.
breathe through their abdomen. It's just not.
Well,
common.
sure, but these also
Um,
aren't normal wasps.
Fair. All right.
Wasps.
Where's it at? Sticky cloud.
Stinky cloud.
Oh.
It succeeds on the stinky cloud. I believe it also had succeeded on the being forced to go to the ground, so it's just gonna fly 100 feet.
Oh, wonderful!
It
I did not know it had that kind of range.
can move 50 feet, so it takes an action to vadoosh. These are quite fast, especially in the air.
It's dashing, man.
Lancer 12, go ahead and roll it against Lancer 12. Also in the bubble of air and pain.
Womp.
It also succeeds on the stinky
Very
cloud,
much succeeds. Dang.
as it's going to do as its brothers do and fly, but this time only 90 feet. Babadoosh. Ursa 12. Going to move 15
As
feet
its
in.
brothers? Wait, so these guys don't have stingers?
Fair point, fair point. Ursa's gonna use its action to go along the ground. I mean, kind of, but also Grimm are genderless, so, you know.
Oh.
Granted,
okay.
y'all don't necessarily know that. Well, actually, nah, there are people that, like, have trapped them, and they have no reproductive organs at all.
What?
Grimm.
Oh.
People
I
have,
thought you meant
tried to
wasps.
study them. No, wasps do. Grimm have nothing that could possibly be used to reproduce. The Ursa is going to get closer. Thicket! Everything is coming fast at you! And your friends!
So the snake Grimm monster.
Yeah. Monster is also correct, so yeah, continue.
It has Doug grappled, right?
It does. And restrained.
How does it have it grappled?
Inside of its snaky body. Curled around him. Like Jafar going around Aladdin in the movie Aladdin from 2000 whatever. Or 1990 whatever.
I was gonna say that's the 90s.
90.
1990 something. He's curled around him dramatically. Cinematically, even.
He's showing us how snake-like he can be.
Exactly.
Sorry, Thicket.
Way to quote the movie.
Sorry.
I want to. This is so stupid. I want to approach the Grimm.
Okay.
Oh no.
Go. "Ah!" And then hope that it roars back at me and throw petrification cake at it.
Okay. So unfortunately, there's
Let's
another thing to
go.
note. Which petrification cake are you pulling out? The jar or the, like, packet?
The packet.
Do you open the packet before you do this?
Yes.
The cake has rotted.
It's
It
been
may
like
still...
a day.
Correct.
Bruh.
And yet somehow this has, like, entirely begun to rapidly decomposed.
Okay. Well then, new plan.
Never mind.
It decomposed
Instead
the
of
moment
throwing
you left
the
the area.
Cake at it.
I mean, you could still throw the cake, but it might not work. Cake fight!
Instead of throwing the cake at it, I throw an uncorked bottle of the potion of eternal sleep.
Oh my.
Wow. I'm going for it. Really going for it.
Yup.
I agree, though. We do seem to be in danger.
Alright, this super legendary item. Where's the thing on it? What's the DC?
I was like,
Aren't they like immune?
thinking if you're willing to listen to me, I'm going to do my Storm Phoenix thing, and they're all surrounding us anyway. They're going to keep taking damage.
Does Thicket care?
Thicket wants to throw the bottle.
Alright, it's gonna roll a DC 22 con save. Fails.
Yes.
As the potion strikes into the King Tajitu, it reels back. As you see, it's as though its muscles rapidly weaken or what's the word? Release. As Doug is immediately released, and it is going to fall asleep. I'm sure I do need to double check, I guess, that Grimm can. But they're not immune. They're not. Because this is technically not poison. This is a magical effect, and that is causing them to become... I need to pull it back up to make sure I read this exactly right. It causes them to become an unconscious, death-like sleep. They never have to eat, drink, or breathe, and are immune to all damage. Congratulations. Barring someone moving it, you have now left a Grimm here that cannot be killed, cannot die, and will never move for I think it said 1,000 or 10,000 years.
Wait. Someone make a sign that says "Do not touch."
Yeah, 1,000 years, or until they're awoken by true love's kiss.
Yep, which this thing isn't gonna get. So, goodbye, a potion of eternal sleep. It was a pleasure. That was, I feel like that was like a big loot item. I don't remember where you found it, but that was a big item.
I think it was at Tilxander's castle.
I think you're right. It was. She wanted because
Yeah,
Rosanna
she's like,
I don't want
deal
this.
with this.
Yeah, nope, none
Get
of this.
away.
And now there's a King Daijitu that will never move. Thicket, you have successfully, completely immunized you all against the King Daijitu. And everyone else it might have ever hurt.
Yippee.
That's your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can I throw another potion?
I could argue it's an attack, but what did you think you want to throw?
Potion of divination. However you spell it.
Divination?
The shrinking potion.
What do you think you want to throw it at?
The Queen Lancer.
I'm gonna say that range is probably a bit farther than your arm can throw right now. So no.
Okay.
That's Lancer 17's turn. No, I'm not gonna get rid of the King Taijutsu in case y'all want to. Oh, actually, I was about to say in case you want to execute it. You can't kill it. There's nothing you can do to kill the King Taijutsu now.
Okay.
No one can.
Move, please.
Right. Bonk. Go ahead and roll the save against Lancer 28, please, John. Mr. Halston.
How do I roll to save? Or how do I roll to save? Is there
Drag the save thing onto the...
Oh, roll the save. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant I was being attacked and
No, you're making it suffocate.
Yep. Gotcha. For once it worked!
Fails! What does it do?
It just he spends his turn retching and reeling. He spends his action retching and reeling, so he doesn't have an action.
So they don't have a hover speed, they just have a fly speed, which means he's gonna fall. This guy rolled on the low side of hell. It falls from the sky, and you just hear a splat. It died.
It did.
Sweet.
Ursa Major's gonna move 15 feet, and then with its other, it's gonna move another 10 feet out into the water. It is also approaching you all. Answer 18.
My kingdom for a lightning bolt. Holy cow.
It's true, though some of them are in some weird areas, but you could potentially hit a couple of them, especially with a little bit of movement. But keep
Not
in
from
mind
there. No, I mean like just up here. Wait, what is it? Is it shift? No. What is it? It's back thing? No. What is it? Dang it.
Did I have a
Hold
question?
space and double click.
That's the one. But right up there, boom, you get all of them.
Though notably, these are 35 feet in the air. But yes,
Oh, womp womps. Okay.
John. Gotta remember, this game is
Yay!
also vertical.
Yep.
Yeah, I was really planning on attacking that stupid snake, but now I can't attack it.
I mean, you can. It will do nothing, but you could attack it.
Okay, shatter it is. Because that's about the only ranged spell that I got that'll do any damage.
It did work pretty well last time.
Yeah.
I
Where
have
do you
a
like it?
question.
Yes.
What's your question?
Is the Queen Lancer still affected by Earthbind?
Didn't it succeed?
I thought it didn't. I don't remember.
I don't either. I will say, roll the save against it again, and it will have disadvantage. And if so, then yes, it would be affected and would have to go to the ground. Because I didn't have it go to the ground last time, so it'll waste its next turn if it fails.
It said success.
Yeah, it succeeded.
So
Okay. So,
you can hit all 4 of those lancers.
this is the 10-foot radius sphere. Yes, it will hit all of those. Perfect!
You know how to
I
select
cast
them
that
all?
at 3rd level. Huh?
Do you select them all?
Yeah, let me do that.
I think you don't have.
Right, yep, perfect. Alright, and then we do the save. Bump.
Also, Chris, I realized, I accidentally clicked the exit out button for Lancer 17. Could you roll it against 17 again? Just drag and drop it onto 17. That should work.
Oh. That's 18, that's 17.
Okay. Now, if you roll damage, it should roll correctly onto all of them, including the fact that the Queen Lancer takes half.
Okay, and casting it as 4th level.
Oh, nice
Oh,
roll.
that did a lot.
That's a nice roll.
And you have destroyed all 3 regular Lancers and done a dent to the Queen Lancer.
Nice! Finally, hard hitting. For once.
Good damage roll. That's actually almost maximum.
Yeah, it was pretty close. 3, like, what is that? 5 points off maximum?
Yeah.
Yep. As
Very nice.
John, what do you use to cause the shatter at this point? I don't know which instrument you're using.
I just stick my fingers in my mouth and do a really loud whistle.
There's a loud whistle and then a burst of noise from that location as 3 of them just explode.
I literally thought you were going to say, and I pop it out, and you just make the pop sound.
That would have been pretty good. Ursa Minor's going to use its action and dash. Ursa Minor 14, the last one left over there. He's also going to, so he's going to get 10 feet here, and then he's got another 30 feet, so another 10. That gets him there. Then he's going to move another 15 with his action to make a perfect little line there with his buddies. Jackie! What do you want Jackie to do? Oh, you're holding her. I don't think she gets a choice. Also, I realized why it didn't work quite right. For some reason, it thought you targeted them as Jackie. So that's why it didn't roll, or why it wouldn't show the arrows on right for me, was because Jackie was the one targeting all of them.
Nice. I'll say, go stay behind Doug over there. Go on.
Make an animal handling check. You will do as you ask. And it is now your turn.
All right. All right. Well, golly gracious.
Golly.
Is Lancer 12 on the ground?
Lancer 12? No, it is currently 25 feet in the air.
So Lancer 12 and Queen Lancer are up. Okay.
Yep, Queen Lancer's 35, regular Lancer is 25. If you can see them, you should be able to see a little number in the bottom right. That's the number of feet up they are. Of their things.
Oh, yeah, I just gotta scroll in. That's cool. Okay. Ba-bow. All right, so let's see. Any chance I happen to have like a 20-foot vertical?
No, there's no chance at all.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if I was like part giraffe? Anyway, sorry. Finger, that's what I was thinking of. Or no, what's the like the hopping monkey thing? Flea? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, sorry. Okay.
Or
All right. Jack. I'm sorry. Doug took some damage, right?
Yep.
All right. I will use 3 healing light. To heal. Wait, is that the right Doug? I hope that's the right Doug.
it should
That's
only
right,
be
Doug?
one Doug, so...
I thought there was a Shadow Doug
Oh,
out
right,
there.
Shadow Doug. Well, it's saying it applies to regular Doug, so I'm gonna go with yes.
Okay. Man, I rolled horrible. I'm sorry, everybody. But anyway, there's my bonus action. A waft of sea breeze comes gently caressing your way, and you feel a little bit better about life. Anyway, and then, oh goodness. All right. I guess I'll go right here. I'll say, John, you've got to come this way. I want to try to keep everyone close. Actually, let's see. Instead of the diagonal, it's better if I went straight back. Because 15 feet, that means that anything right now, except for John, anything that would engage in my allies would also now enter my Storm Phoenix.
Ah, so you have Phoenix to the storm. Very nice. Make sure to apply concentration to yourself.
Yeah, that is.
I think it's 10-foot radius. Is that right?
It's a 15-foot, so it would cover that engaged my 3 allies closest, and Jackie was directly behind Doug. If I missed that before because of my whatever, then that's fine. So she's technically in
that area.
Yep. So effective. Everybody is protected except for John, but I'm hoping that John will make his way into the circle of good.
Technically, I didn't leave the party. The party left me.
Yeah,
John was
you go
abandoned.
Right?
I can't believe y'all would abandon John.
Come on, Gron. That's so hypocritical.
No, John just went. Yeah, I wouldn't go there. Let me go here. Sorry. Can I adjust that? I realized that I go at the top of the round, John goes at the end. So yeah, I would want John protected in it. So yeah,
sweet.
3.
Second.
My bad, bro. I'm sorry. I just realized.
I don't care. I'm just making fun.
What would Doug like to do?
No, have every right though.
So what does this do?
John literally did that. So
that's an area of boom power magic attack enemies.
You're safe. Any enemy that comes to attack you in there is not going to be happy about trying to do so. But it's up to you.
Okay.
You want to, but
so does that not attack the little
It's
Lancer?
too high up.
It's 15. It's 25. So I don't even have a 10-foot vertical. I was making a joke earlier about having a 20-foot vertical leap. There's no way that I would have that. I just thought it was.
Okay. So I guess Doug will fire one of his actual frost arrows at the Queen Lancer.
So for like the first time since you got it, one of the blue gemstones glows and an arrow made of ice appears in your hand. You notch it. Or knock? Is it knock or notch, Veslin?
Knock.
I
Knock.
said notch.
You knock
but
an arrow.
I'm also dyslexic.
That doesn't change the pronunciation. Okay.
It changes my ability to decode the word
The
This
word
and read it properly.
the word is knock.
And to be fair, if you read it properly phonetically, it would be notch. So, wait, is that... Am I thinking
Yeah,
the
which
right
is how I
word?
read it.
Really?
Is it both? I don't remember.
Is that how
Yeah.
you spell it? I don't think that's how you spell it.
I'm
Maybe
now
we
finding
just
out.
made up a word.
Nope, it's just making up a word. Notch isn't for arrows. It
Yeah.
is knock.
Yeah, it's knocking. N-O-C-K-I-N-G.
Oh, kind of.
Yeah.
A notch.
Oh,
No. Okay,
Well,
so
there's a
there
notch
is a
in the arrow
notch
to
in
be
the
knocked.
arrow to knock onto the thing, but the notch is the little thing that it goes into. Anyway, you missed. Oh, but you're gonna have to roll again.
Stupid.
wait.
Okay.
So
So
so I'm not grappled or
yeah, let me remove those and then roll it again. Because you are no longer grappled or restrained. You are standing on top of an endless sleeping giant snake monster. That hits. Go ahead, and I believe you should apply the con save first. It's been a while since I've had you since you've used this. Also, let's go ahead and remove
I
those
think-
arrows from your ammo that you would have used. So it needs to make a con save. You should have the con save in your weapon power. Do you? I hope.
Hold on. What is this?
What?
Wait, so I'm at the weapon thing, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm at the bow,
Uh-huh.
correct?
Correct.
So if I hit the use power, did that? It just says bow.
That's because you were hitting the use power thing on the left. That doesn't do anything. The effects, though, let's see. So you did beat it by its AC of 5 more, so you do get the effect of skewering, meaning it will have a lowered AC for the next attack.
Oh, so I need to put it on the queen.
Yep. Drag that effect onto the queen. And you did not use the heavy effect. And I'm going to make a con save. Or it will... If it fails by much, it takes cold damage. So go ahead and roll regular damage against it. From the attack. They only take extra damage if they fail to save by enough. But if they fail to save at all, it becomes grappled. It can't fly. It unfortunately succeeds on the save. With a 19. I should have rolled that publicly. I accidentally did not. But you still do 16 points of damage.
And then...
Second attack, I assume?
Yeah, I'm just going to do a regular arrow this time.
Okay. That one hits. Roll damage again.
Is that skewering or no?
Yes, that is skewering. Though the effect doesn't stack. Because a
do you
creature
mean?
cannot be affected by multiple instances of the same effect, so you can't reduce its AC further than you already have from skewering.
Oh, I see.
The skewering doesn't deal extra damage, it just reduces its AC against the next attack made against it. So you actually had a better bonus to hit. No, actually, because it would use because the next attack, if I'm remembering skewering right, let me pull up the property of skewering real quick. Skewering. When an attack roll exceeds by 5 or more or lands crit, the next attack roll made against it gains a bonus equal to your proficiency bonus, or their AC is reduced. So yes, no, just go ahead and leave it. It'll still apply for the next one because you use the first one and then apply the second one anyway. So you're good. Just roll the damage. The effect will stay. Not that it matters. As you lose several arrows striking into it, piercing at several points, causing ice to build up along it, across the wings as it can no longer fly as it falls. And by the time it hits the ground, Well, it hits the ground fairly fast, and it does flunk against the ground, but it is already beginning to dissipate into ash. Killed to the
Wait,
Queen
so that happens. My Echo will just move a little bit closer over here to John. And then I guess I will use a bonus to do what's it called? Second wind.
Okay. Gambit, what would you like to do?
Is there anything in my range to shoot?
There's things within your long range, but you'd have to move to get anything in your short range. The closest guys are 30 feet away, it says.
Yeah.
You can get a little bit closer and then shoot a guy.
But that would be going towards them, right?
Yes. But you could go towards them and then go back away from them if you really want.
I guess that's what I'll do.
I guess.
Oh, I don't want to go close.
You don't want to get close to the pretty bear?
I guess, like, how far can I go?
I mean, you could go 10 feet forward. It's like to there.
But then I'd only have 5
then...
feet back.
Yeah, you can get on the island right there.
That would take like
and then just
15 feet, and I'd say you could use the other 15 to move back because there's like stepping onto the island would be a little bit easier. So I'd say you could get close enough, shoot, and then get back to where you were if you wanted.
Okay.
And you can use your advantage
I
if you like.
guess. Yes.
Yes,
I
you
feel
guess.
like I
You're
won't make
welcome.
another. I guess I won't. I probably will not make another. Another attack this combat.
Oh, you could also shoot the. Well, no, it's still too far away because it's 25 feet in the air. And I don't want to pull out Pythagoras right now.
Where's the? Is this it? Okay, that must be.
I have no idea.
Ursa Minor 14. What?
That hits. You had
Okay,
advantage and you rolled a 5 and an 8 and you still hit.
I guess.
18 does in fact hit the bear. You're you're good.
Did that work? It did.
Yes. I find it funny that you sent that gif in the chat of I'm in danger. So far, I don't think any of you have taken damage. Oh,
Great.
no, Doug took damage. 27 points of damage. You shoot into it,
Still
cracking.
alive?
It's still alive, but it's really hurt as you crack into the front, like, skull plate and come out through its back shoulder. It is in bad shape, but it is holding on.
Bonus action, hide in the
water.
water.
I like to think that you just, like, sit down.
Water.
You can only see his hat.
You can only see his head
Gorilla
and he just
tag.
sits down.
He can
Can we,
hold
like,
his breath for a long time.
Longer than 6 seconds, at least.
Mm-hmm.
As G2's unconscious, Lancer 12 is going to, what's the range on Harpoon at 20 feet? Going to go down 5 feet. And make a Harpoon Stinger attack against the closest living creature. John, you're gonna get hit.
Of course I am.
Nah.
Hey, 2 damage. I'll take it. 4 damage. Sorry.
Now make a con save or take a little bit more.
Oh.
You succeed, you take no more, but you are still grappled now.
Dang it. He's still 20 feet away from me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But you've now got a skewer like in your clothing.
Okay.
Bonk. Now Restrained just grappled. Ursa Minor 12 is going to continue to move at its maximum speed. and use its action to dash, and is going to get all the way over here and make a saving throw. Because it's not smart enough to see the little phoenixes flying around, zapping it.
Oh, I thought you were about to say it's not smart enough to swim.
I mean, they're big enough, they don't have to swim. Again, this is only like knee-deep. It takes 7 points of damage as it runs upward, and that is the end of its turn. Ticket! Oh, go. Oh no, it's back.
All right.
Take it, help. I've been shot.
He says, having taken, like, 2 damage.
4
not
damage,
even,
thank
Not
you.
even. You didn't actually take any damage because your, whatchamacallit took the damage for you. You have temp HP. You have taken no damage.
Oh, I forgot I had the temp HP.
Yes, Thicket.
Okay. I have so many tabs open on my screen.
Welcome to my life.
Okay. Oh, I don't need to target move for that. Well, actually, okay. Well, I cast Freedom of Movement on John.
Freedom of movement. You are no longer grappled as it just slides out and you escape dramatically. You also don't get slowed down. So you can just move at full speed in the water if you want.
Sweet.
If I remember correctly, at least. Please correct me.
Thank you, Ticket.
Cat grumbles ensue.
Well, guess what? I can't. Ugh, there's so much happening.
Sorry, I was trying to get you off of Garon because I figured you could probably
Yeah.
move on to that space.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That is all I can do, I think. But you no longer are affected by difficult terrain.
What's a 30-foot line look like? Going from the corner out from it. 30-foot line. It can get both Garand and Thicket with this. As it moves upward, grumbling through the ground, or grumbling over the ground, it brings its arms up and smashes them into the ground with a roar as the earth breaks under and pierces forward as there is a mini fracture in the ground piercing upwards toward you both. You're both making dex saves. Should have.
I mean, this is it kind of defeats the purpose of a line attack. But is there any way that I can like either shield Thicket with my body or like grab him by the scruff of his fur and throw him in the air or anything like that to help protect him from this?
How about this? If
I know
you would
it's-
like, you can make a check and you will take the full damage of it, and Thicket will take none.
Yeah, that's let's do that.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check.
We'll see.
Thicket, before you
Alright.
can even react, Garand has tossed you into the air.
and I'm gonna say, I hope he's on all fours.
As he is struck in the back by a variety of stone that comes up from the water, striking into him, dealing 19 points of piercing damage. John. As Thicket, you can land back. The ground slightly messed up, but quickly being filled by the water from where it would have come upward.
Okay. So Ursa Minor's right next to me. The Beedrill's 20 feet above me. I think they're sort of more of a threat. Okay, what does that do?
So instead of the Beedrill, you're going to go after the Ursa Ring?
Well, I was thinking, I'm trying to think which is easier
Actually,
to
the
deal with.
small ones are Ursa Rings. The big one is an Ursa Luna. There we go.
Whatever.
It's like the 7th Pokemon reference this game.
I am going to pull out my bow, take a shot at Lancer 12, and I can use a hero point for that, can I?
Yeah.
Okay. And
What are you shooting it with?
my short bow. I think
That
that hits.
hits. Damage. Deals 6 points of damage, as it does seem to resist the non-magical damage.
Oh, it's a Grimm. Shoot.
To be fair, this is the first time in a while
Forget
this has
about
come
that
up.
bit.
I don't think you have extra attack yet.
No, I don't. I don't think I do. Do I?
I don't
No,
think you do.
wait.
Nope.
I think just with. What? Yeah, I
I
do.
do.
I have extra attack.
Right. Because of the type of bard you are.
Or-
Okay. You want to shoot it again?
Attack twice. No. Obviously not. Well, I mean, if he resists non-magical damage, shooting him again won't do much good, no, will it?
This is accurate.
And do a little.
Huh? Or it takes half damage, doesn't it?
It'll do a little good. Maybe not a lot of good, but it'll do a little good. Like, it might take 3 instead of 6 again.
Wonderful. Fine, whatever. Might as well. Already got the bow out. Oh, hey,
Crit.
there's a crit.
Nice.
It's
8,
still
resisted
only
down to 4.
but
Damage is damage.
it did something.
Ursa
Yep.
Minor 2 is going to get all the way up to you. And be too slow to do anything with about it. This is going to have to go 20. Oh, right, damage. Looking bad. 15, and then it can move, so that would have taken 25, so it can probably move 5 more feet. Okay. Gets up to there, which... Is that within 15 feet of you?
It is.
Yep. That was a guiding bolt. Also,
Yeah, it sure was.
we kind of skipped over it. Gambit, did you make your attack? I don't remember.
I wasted one, kind of
Yeah, I
I
think the
don't
one you
think
held
anything
never
came
went
away.
out.
triggered.
Yeah. That one is obliterated as the water on it is filled with electricity, and it just bursts outward, turning to ash. As the Grimm are to do. Jackie will bark loudly and angrily.
Good girl.
I would like you to make a charisma check on behalf of Jackie.
Her charisma? Okay.
Yep.
Hey, let's go.
I would like for you to... Okay, so she would bark at the nearest one. That's going to be the one next to her dad. Yeah. Get this right. As she barks incredibly loudly. What would this be? Okay. It is going to make a Constitution saving throw. As Doug, especially next to you, this very loud bark toward this thing.
How powerful was that
It
rose?
unfortunately saves as it shakes it off with no issue, but it was very loud bark.
It was a surprise.
Garand.
All right. He says, I guess it's time to practice. And we are going to channel the feather and swing.
The feather of Decima appears in your hand. You pierce downwards, striking into it. Dealing 12 points of damage, piercing into its hand, yanking it back out. The hook's pulling on it, giving it an imbalance. I think you do. Did you get the second attack? I think so. Yes, you took the thing to do second attack. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and Psychic Blades.
Okay.
So I hit the creature with a weapon attack, so I can expend a bardic. So I already pressed
Roll
that.
some
So
extra
it's 3d6. You have a weird thing about like the way that the thing is a 2d6 for myself. So I'm just gonna go ahead and
It should be
just roll 3 in there.
How many levels of bard do you have? You do have 5th level, don't you? Yeah, so it should be
I'm
3d6.
Yeah.
I've never updated it from 2d6 to 3d6.
You're totally fine, but add 11.
Oh, that's right. I
psychic.
did it so that you could like do it before you roll damage, and it would add it to the total damage.
Yeah, but
So-
the thing is that like a lot of things, you can do it after you hit, which is way better because you may decide that you want to after you know that.
This is true.
You know what I mean? So
In that case, later on, I will add during a break or something. I will add an alternative. Just roll the damage. 11 points
Sounds
of
good.
damage. And 11 points of damage. Yeah. As it bursts into it
Alright.
with whatever level of psychicness it can take.
all right, and then like you go, "Ah!" I'm like singing like as I stab him.
As you'll see, Garand is clearly not used to the stabbing part of the job. Completely. Oh no, that
Ooh,
does
not-
hit. Never mind. They have pretty low AC.
Look at that. That's beautiful. I can hit as long as on these things as long as I don't won. That's beautiful. Oh, whoop.
Minimum damage as you begin just like jabbing into it, keeping it away from you as best you can. No.
Yeah, but hold on, no.
Oh, sorry,
hold on.
never
I'm gonna
mind.
move. I'm gonna move over here, which will now cause Ursa Major to enter it.
It
On my
does.
turn?
Go ahead and roll the effect. It fails. Roll damage.
Yes, you love to see that damage. All right, nice.
No.
Any chance you would have let me get a jump? I could like zap
No.
the wasp. Okay.
So, question.
Yep.
Hello?
Yes.
If I was to do reckless attack, would my echo be able to do everything with advantage?
Yeah.
Well, let's do that
You can
because
attack
why
recklessly
not?
with an echo. There's no reason why not.
Well, yeah, then let's just do that.
The echo pulls out, I presume, the white iron memory.
Yeah.
Or after.
So
you
I'm not
exit
sure
the
what
gate.
happened. Yeah, I'm not sure why that did that.
That's fine. I can go ahead and roll it here. You said you were using the memory, so roll the +8. Are you going to target? Yeah, are you going to target 12 or 2?
Either one since I can't see.
Cool. 2. That is a 16. Definitely hits. Is going to deal the extra damage, but they do have a resistance to necrotic on account of being necrotic creatures in general. But you would be able to get your slicing a bonus. As that pierces into it, cuts into it, exceeds hit points by 8, and I believe the effect.
Is it transfer?
I believe so. Let me double check the thing, make sure I got all the effects in my head right. Yeah, the sweeping effect. Yep, carrying another 8 points onto Ursa Minor 12. So that is also reduced to 0 hit points as you see Doug's echo definitely swings around and a large arcing strike forward strikes first forward into 2, cutting into its head, and then draws it upward, slicing over him, down into 12, smashing the 2 bodies together.
And then the next one, just charge after the big guy and do the same thing.
The big guy or the Lancer?
Let's do the big guy since it's just the echo.
This one hits. Let me double check if it's enough to get the slicing bonus. It is just barely enough. Never forget, guys. Fighters do a lot.
Alamo.
Took me a second to understand what you meant, Jocelyn, but okay. It takes sort of 15 points of damage as the echo moves over, slicing into its shoulder. It is Doug's turn, I believe. Gambit.
Yep. And then I'll be right back. So if it's my turn again at some point, then just go on. But I'm about to take a phone call and get.
Fight isn't over by the time you get back, then we'll do so.
The same thing again.
Gun, 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 and this time with snack attack.
Gun, no advantage this time.
No advantage, but you will get snack attack if you hit.
Okay. Gun. I don't like how the ammo is boldened, but the revolver is not. This is not made in a way that is cognitively
Satisfying.
smooth.
Fair enough. You do hit.
It brings more attention to the ammo instead of the revolver.
You are correct. But I guess it does
Why
help
didn't
you.
I forgot to do sneak attack? Because I was complaining too much.
Here, I'll just remove the 11 damage and you can roll damage again. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage again.
Sorry.
You're just fine. We all make mistakes.
Oh, look at all them ones.
Ammunition. I mean, it was only 2 1s, and a 5 and a 6. Yeah, it's actually pretty average across the board, all things considered. Not quite average, not perfectly. If the 2 was 4, or if one of the 1s was a 4, then it would be perfectly average. But yes, you deal 24 points of damage. Kaboom. Anything else? Okay, Team Dajuju skip.
Wait. Can I transposition with John?
Oh, John, you feel a mystical force overcome you.
John, switch with me. I have advantage.
Whatever that means.
Sweet.
Would you accept? Alright, go ahead and expend your HD Gambit as you Baba Deboosh.
Wait.
You remember how to expend it? While you figure out how to expend it, they're going to shoot at you. And a crit.
But I have advantage on our hold on. No, it's getting out of it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. Can I invade or uncanny dodge?
You have a particular ability that will cancel out the crit entirely in a specific way.
Do I?
Or at least likely will.
Oh, wait. Is it the displacement?
It's your rogue ability. Your subclass.
Oh yeah.
You can just misdirection.
Yeah,
Give it
misdirection.
disadvantage.
Yes.
And then you can choose to
give
move
it
if you want.
Can I give it disadvantage?
Yes, so we'll have to make the attack again.
Yeah.
And the second attempt does still hit, so you won't be
Does
able to
not crit.
move because you're going to now be grappled, so you won't be able to do the move part. But
Yeah.
you will take 5 points of damage. You are now grappled to this thing, and you're making a con save as well.
Okay.
You successfully save
Oh,
conningly and take no poison damage. Thicket.
Okay.
Oh, though you are grappled, and it does have movement speed. It's going to move at half movement speed, because, you know, I probably should have done this last time when it was John's turn, but I'm going to do it now, because I can. And it's going to fly 25 feet in the air, dragging you with it.
This is fine. I will
Welcome.
be fine.
Welcome to dangling. What would you like to do,
Okay,
Thicket?
I think I did it class level and then just put -1 in the other box.
No, you
right?
put just 1 in the box. It counts
Oh,
upwards
just-
the number that you've used. By doing -1, you
One.
actually made it where you had an extra HD,
Okay.
which I didn't know you could do. Didn't know. Maury?
All right.
Would I have been able to run and slap Gambit before he gets too high up in the air?
What would the effect have to slap him?
Freedom of movement.
Probably not. Because, like, the thing was shooting at John, but then Gambit saw places and then got hit, and then it started flying upward. So he wouldn't really have that time.
Well then,
It'll be okay.
you get it, Doug. Have freedom of movement.
Doug, you are unaffected by anything that would slow down your movement, including grappled, restrained, and difficult terrain.
Perfect.
You can't be paralyzed either.
I believe that's an action. Anything else you'd like to do?
No. I think that's it.
The Ursa Major will not regain its fracture ability. And it will die as it moves toward Garand. It is slowed down as it is attacked and repeatedly shocked by these things. As it slows down as it approaches you and falls in front of you. Deceased. Jump. There's one more active enemy alive.
Okay.
If you can kill it, I'll be fine. I can fall.
He says, slowly moving into the air.
I, for the lulz, am going to cast Polymorph on the Beedrill. But why not? Be funny. And it would let go of Gambit.
Pardon?
I can cast Polymorph on it, can't I?
You could.
Because it would let go of Gambit
It would.
and then be much less dangerous. And I'm not positive I can actually do much damage to it right now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna turn it into a frog.
Okay.
Why not? Oh, it failed.
So, don't even bother. Gambit, you are released as the core that it had connected to your clothing or your bag or whatever releases, and you are going to take 2d6. You take 10 points of falling damage as you strike into the water. Still hurts.
It polymorphs. I'm like holding on to it. It's just grappled me, but I'm holding on to it. Will I still be holding on to it
Nope.
when it's
Because
no?
it wouldn't keep the full extension. Fortunately, however,
Can I grab it?
as a small frog falls 50 feet
Oh.
and is going to take 19 points of damage. There is a splat as the frog hits the ground, transforms, and then the rest of the damage carries over and kills the Lancer.
Okay, that was the best way to kill it. I love it.
There is
So quick bathroom break.
Yeah, we're going to take a 5-10 minute break there. Clear the initiatives. Nice time for a break as the battle ends. Y'all fully earned the XP from that fight. If y'all had just escaped, I probably would have done like half C's. No, y'all fully earned it.
That's great. How many hit points did it have left?
6.
Oh.
It didn't have many. Probably could have just shot
50,
it twice.
50 points of falling damage, though.
19,
50,
but still,
50 feet of falling
5d6 is pretty effective.
5d6, yeah. That's pretty good. I was kind of worried it would have too many hit points to die from fall damage. That fight went better than I expected.
Especially when y'all took out the highest damage dealer on the other team by giving it eternal sleep.
Mm-hmm. That was smart.
It will come back to consciousness some amount of time after the end of the show, which takes place like 1,000 years later ish. I'm gonna turn this aggressive music off. How's everyone feeling? Pretty good, I see.
Yes, that was a good bathroom break.
Sometimes you need a good break, you know?
For sure. No, that was awesome. And honestly, I had no idea if that whole thing was going to work with the sleep thing on these, because I don't think we know enough about the Grimm yet to know. But
Yeah.
like they seem more like undead, and I would not imagine that would work on an undead. But I'm digging it, man. It's neat.
Type-wise, they are considered fiends.
Okay.
They're closer to demons than anything else that you've found, but they're still not the same.
Okay. Okay.
It's what they're closest to, but they are still far from the same thing. For one,
Yeah.
they're not
Well-
known to even have enough of a consciousness and don't have a soul, so the soul doesn't go anywhere because they don't have one. Can't respawn.
Yeah.
They lack grudges, they lack revenge, they lack emotion. They just destroy. We'll give a minute more and then I'll start roll calling everyone.
It was awesome. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. There are lots of different Grimm ideas, both official and unofficial ones. These 4 were, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Grimm are all official. Others, like the Mantis one, is not. That's a fan one.
I'm back, nerds.
Welcome back. Are you around, Jaislyn? Okie doke. Are you around, Maury? And we'll chill here for another minute.
So I had enough for 110 pull. I showed you the video, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And got a couple good pulls. Got one shiny and got the immersive.
Let me check that. Where did you send that? Is that in the...
Pokemon should be.
It doesn't look like your 10 pull went through. I mean, your drought is over, is there? Your legendary pack. 10 pull's not. Maybe it's just
Weird.
not through yet. Hello, Jason.
Hello.
Let's try that. Let's see if it sends. Uh-oh, this file exceeds the size limit. Womp womp. That's why. There we go.
I'll do it.
Wompity womp womps.
You can split it in half. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you have an iPhone or an Android, but I'm pretty sure both you can actually cut the video in half now. So,
Spicy.
some minor editing stuff has now been set up in the camera apps for both, I believe.
Nice.
Well, whenever Maury gets back, we will re-enter. as I imagine people might have things to say to one another.
My happy levels through the roof.
I almost feel bad for the Daijitu, if it had emotions. Because it's just going to be sitting here for a very long time. And because of the way Eternal Sleep is, worded, you could just kind of bury it, and it wouldn't die. It would just wake up in 1,000 years, wherever it happens to be. You could move it. You could put it in the ocean. I do think the burying thing might have gotten to Jason, though. Sorry, Jason. What's happening to my stream layout?
Oh. I am in honor mode still, and Act 2, doing good. Saved someone. Trying not to give spoileries.
Huh? I don't even know what you might be spoilering, honestly. You good, Jason?
All good.
What?
You good?
Yeah, a dog left in suspicious manner.
Oh no. That's never a good thing.
So
It's like when a child says, "Hey Dad, can I do something?" Yes. And then you hear a scream from the other room.
That sounds terrible.
But she just had a toy. So then I felt bad for
Freaking out.
accusing her.
How dare you? How dare you have a toy dog? Mora, you good?
I'm here. Sorry.
You're good. Want to make sure everyone was around, and Jack is back in Jack.
Yep.
In the sack. Playing D&D, getting on track. Well, enough of my bad rhymes. We're just gonna go to gameplay, and I'm gonna stop talking as we return. As the ash mixes in with the swamp water, giving it an even darker coloration than typical.
Here, let's leave this place. As fast as possible.
Thicket casts freedom of movement on Gambit and Gron.
Thank you.
They just walks by giving high fives.
Hey, that's good. Hey, did you land on your feet? I didn't want you to get hit by that spiky earth thing.
He leaves.
Nice.
Hey, how big is this snake?
Can we fit it in our hole?
No, it is it is as wide as the hole is. And 30 feet long. Outstretched.
We would need 3 holes.
Yeah, you would need several holes stacked on top of one another.
Also, if you move it, doesn't it get rid of the effect?
Nope. It's
Okay.
stuck like this for 1,000 years because it won't have any true love's kiss.
So, question. Hypothetically,
Uh-huh.
if we were to just put, as if we were covering its head and then, closed, would, it, magically, decapitate it, or no?
You shouldn't be able to close the hole. Like I'm
The
trying to
hole
close
is
a bag,
walking away.
and the hole is leaving.
As Thicket tries to get out of the woods.
Yeah,
Into the woods.
I agree with Thicket.
Out of the woods.
That's a different musical.
It is.
That's the prequel.
About an hour passes by.
That
Assuming
was
you're
really
all
funny.
just quietly moving outward, leaving as much as you can as quickly as possible. You eventually come to the edge of the swamp as the swamp water spreads out and the plants are fewer and far between before you eventually arrive back at the plains, as I will reshare the Vacua map, as you are now correctly where Doug's thing is. The edge of the wood at about 4 o'clock. Stop it, alarm. I need to remember to turn that off on Thursdays.
Is that your I need to go to bed alarm?
It's the get ready alarm, so yes.
Gotcha.
To remind me if I like playing Minecraft of, hey dude, go to sleep.
I need to set one of those so I can take my meds. My drugs that make me sleepy.
Finally, we're out of these blasted woods.
Yay!
Gron nods. Hey, great job. You guys, we made it through that. That was way harder than I thought it was going to be.
So are we away from, we're out of the area that was getting swarmed by Grimm, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You have exited the magical woods.
So we could probably make our way to Calcite, right? That's where the lady was with the old young lady.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to
What's
take
doing?
take a couple of days, but yeah, we can make it.
A couple days. It's right there.
Yeah, but each hex is like
A day.
I think.
Oh.
You can if you move fast, you can do three hexes in 2 days. So you could get it in like 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abouts.
The closest civilization.
Is that what y'all are doing? Should I start moving you? Making you roll things? Like survival on Thicket's part? Not that Thicket's gonna ever fail this check. Legitimately, technically, according to rules, nat 1s don't auto-fail. And in planes, I legitimately don't... Oh, no, Thicket can if he rolls... Wait, no, you can't. Your plus is high enough, it gets you up to 10, which is the moving direction in planes. Thicket cannot get lost now. In planes.
Nice.
Thicket, are you going to lead the party?
I am.
Okie doke. So from there where you are, it'll take 5 days, we'll say. As you move forward from July 6th to 7th, is there anything anyone would like to do on the path?
I would like to attune to the... I haven't attuned to this verdant everbloom yet, right?
You have not attuned to either of your new items. You would like to attune to the Everbloom and the Instrument of the Bards?
Might as well.
Okay, go ahead and click the dots for the attunement.
Well,
Let's see. We should do... What does John want in this moment? And more generally? What is he thinking about as he works with the blade?
Being more capable to protect his friends.
He's feeling inadequate.
I mean, John doesn't
room
really
for
have any
improvement.
lofty ambitions at this point. What was that?
He's feeling inadequate. Wants to improve, to grow.
A little bit. I mean, the last fight kind of helped with confidence, but he's sort of felt inadequate lately.
As you hold and attune to the blade, you feel somehow comforted. Somehow like you're being consoled, that you're moving in the right direction. That you're getting there. Can you make a charisma check?
Yes. Charisma. Womp. Why did that roll with advantage? That was weird.
I think you were under enhance ability, maybe, from the previous day, so you shouldn't have, but it said that you rolled the 2 first, according to the dropped order. Yeah, you continue. Is there anything else people would like to do as the path unfolds before them?
Thicket is journaling.
Thicket journals
Aggressively.
furiously, and I assume is a bit more quiet than normal.
Yeah.
With a long rest, the party. You're welcome. An unsolicited long rest.
I used all but 3 spell slots. That never happens.
I know. I'm so glad I got you to use all your stuff for once. I only had to throw like 3 fights in a row. Just wait until y'all get to your next proper dungeon where no one's gonna let you sleep.
All it took was the feeling of unbridled rage.
I think on the way, Doug is going to notice Thicket is journaling, which is unusual or like more often. And it's going to strike a conversation.
One evening as you're sitting.
So Thicket, I can't help but notice you're journaling a lot more than usual. Is this a new hobby?
I think it might be a good way for me to collect my thoughts.
Collect your thoughts as in...
Great.
As
Is that
in...
the end of the question?
As in, like, not collecting them mentally?
Yeah. You know, it's really easy to get caught up in emotions and say things in the heat of the moment, and things aren't really great between me and Garand right now, and I'm just trying to not make it worse.
So, journaling your thoughts help?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you going to give your thoughts to Garand?
Probably.
Okay. And then Doug just leaves it at that.
After a few days of clear skies, cloudy skies, nothing too hot, nothing too rainy, rather normal summer warmth, you eventually crest the hill to the river village of Calcite you see in the distance. It looks alright. Doesn't look like there's been any changes since you last left. What do you do? This is now Tuesday, the 11th of July, 4:17 post-schism at 7 p.m.
Isn't this the place with the blacksmith?
No.
I think so. No? Okay.
Blacksmith is in
No.
Basalt. The blacksmith you heard about was in Basalt. Way off to the left. Next to the volcano.
Okay, so we're not buddy-buddy with this one.
The only
This
people
is
you
where
really
the-
know here are
We were here briefly.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
It was with the lady, and we were pretty much here. We got information about the hags, and we left.
Yeah.
the Greenboro Inn, where you had stayed. This is the town of Sedai, the water monk lord. You do see there are more boats here than before. There are boats having come up the river from wherever, probably the ocean.
Grand kind of at some point will, like, as we're like entering town, we'll pull Gambit aside a little bit and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go see about meeting with the Lord and figuring out whatever we can work out about the resolution of removal of the hags. Just keep in contact through our magical blue fangs."
You're gonna go alone?
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty clear that we're probably all right here, but more than that, for simplicity's sake.
Okay.
Speaking of being all right here, are we planning on staying, or are we just passing through?
It doesn't want to stay here for very long.
I'm just asking because I mean, if we're staying for at least a night, maybe Ron and I could whip up a gig.
Well, remember, you didn't hear that. He pulled Garan pulled Gambit aside, and then Garan just kind of like burns off into like the city center, more or less. He's looking for looks like he's looking for something.
How much time did Garan spend with Jackie, by the way?
You mean like how long has
I
Jackie
mean,
been with the
during the travel.
party? I mean, the entire time he was like with her. I don't know what you mean.
Make a perception check, make a perception check with disadvantage.
That sounds completely right.
Roll lucky, my guy. You did.
I did.
Interesting.
I had
you
it
did
right.
drop a nat 20 as well. You had noticed, normally Jackie's eyes have always been like a dog. They're black, a void almost. It's interesting. Seems like
Oh,
she's developed a
great.
little golden light. Almost. A golden speck in her eyes. Be, very central. Almost like seeing a single star in the night.
He'll like tilt his head at when he's noticing that. Girl, you all right there? Right. Okay. I mean, he's not going to know what to do about it. I guess he might try to Arcana, see if like she's been possessed by a spell.
Make an Arcana check. Who knows, man? Well, I guess with this, I said that when I saw the roll of the 8 before the plus 12 was added.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there have been things before of people's like characteristics changing as a response to magical effects. Tiefling's skin can change over time. It's not uncommon for like a warlock like yourself to gain certain attributes that reflect their patron. Very pious clerics can even like manifest their own halo from their devotion. So it's possible some kind of magical effect, maybe from what brought her back, or from a spell cast on her, could be making whatever this change is, though it seems to be a relatively small one, but something in the back of your mind, egging on, it feels magical. For sure.
You said it was a golden color to her eye. Was the rose that Thicket gave that golden?
No, it was red.
Yeah?
It was a deep red.
Okay.
Just a few more 100 steps and Jackie evolves.
Yeah, is this like some kind of like secret Pokemon evolution I didn't know about? She has to die and then
that's exactly what Pokemon would do for an evolution, let's be real though.
If she goes
maybe we should trade her in town.
I mean, you hurry off. Who are you looking for, Garon?
I'm gonna make my way downtown and walk fast. The faces that I'm passing, I'm gonna ask, "Hey, where's the Lord's home? Because that's where I'm bound."
They point northward to similar where you come, closer toward the mouth of the river and the mountain. There is a fairly large, nice estate. The river top house they will point you to.
Yep, that's where he's going.
We eventually arrive as the sun is setting. There are several guards out front, but it's fairly quiet. There are lights on inside.
All right. Yeah, he's as he approaches. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of the messengers, but if you would please let the Lord know that the nephew of the Lord of Lahar is here, and he is of the adventuring troop, the messengers. And if he would grant an audience, it would be appreciated, because we would like to talk about how we have successfully removed the hags for him.
Bold claim. Not the first time it's been made. I got it. You good, Arjun? Yeah, fine. As one guard enters into the building, disappearing for a few minutes. Said you're the son of the Lord of where?
The nephew of the Lord of Lahar.
It's one place down south, isn't it? Near the Hook?
Yeah, little island.
Yeah. How'd you get up here?
Well, again, adventuring troop.
Right. Another minute passes of slight awkward silence before someone who I believe, if I remember correctly, well, I guess I can check if y'all have seen the image to know if you met this guy.
Yeah, he was at the thing. Everybody was there, remember?
That guy. This guy. A somewhat grizzled human man with light skin and blonde hair, steps out. Garon, isn't it?
Indeed, it is.
Pleasure to see you back. How did everything go?
We were successful. I nearly died. My faithful, friendly companion here did die temporarily. Thankfully, another friend helped to restore her to life, and that's always nice. Yeah, it's been a bit of a bit, a little thing. Rescued some kids, all that good stuff. Cleaned out everything, and now, unfortunately, maybe, good and bad, I guess, here. It would seem that the forest is going to have a power vacuum now, and a lot of Grimm might be there, so it might be a little while before you can fully reclaim it. But I guess the hags were doing kept the Grimm at bay, it seemed, because we did not get bothered by them until after we defeated them.
Strange. I imagine they'd have some kind of weird magic to keep them out. Good, well done. Assuming all this is accurate and the hags are truly dead, that should, even without the resource of the forest, will give us a breath.
Right,
No one making stupid deals.
Exactly. I like to prevent people from putting themselves in terrible positions if I can. I'm not always able to do so, and my allies are quite good at convincing the more typically vile and willfully evil to abandon their ways. They've been quite good at redeeming, right, the villains. But obviously that was not going to happen with hags. So, thankfully, they did not press me on that or fight me on that, because that could have gone a lot worse. Anyway, I believe that would be a great opportunity to work out some sort of arrangement. I don't know what might work within the idea or mindset of the Lord here, but something like, at the very least, a night's stay, room and board, maybe a teleportation circle to get us on our way. Something along those lines would be quite helpful. And of course, if you happen to have some really nice armor that I might be able to procure, because apparently it is a lot easier to hit me than I thought. So
he looks you up and down.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm surprised. But well done.
Thanks, I guess. Very helpful.
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, that I'm easy to hit, right? Maybe you might want to work on
it or anything. You could use a breastplate.
You're one of those. No. No. Yeah, see, you ever had a mithril chain shirt? I might be able to work one of those, Rick.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Afford a mithril chain shirt?
I have no idea what you can afford. I mean, you're like second lord.
It's true, but doesn't.
I know that you're high up there. Fairly certain.
It's a service, not something I do for profit.
Well, hopefully you feel redeemed in your service, your confidence and all. But no, see, I am more of the agile type, not so much the hunker down and take the hits type. Got a buddy for that. Maybe you got something for him. I'm sure he'd like that.
Yeah. I mean, we can provide you with some very solid armor. Nothing magically bound or anything. We are a relatively quiet village. We don't pursue the magics to that extent. But we can most certainly provide you with a night's stay, food, materials for your journey, at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, just a little thank you is all,
I'll bring it up Sadai. He'll probably have some other requests. In fact, I'll probably offer for you to stay here, but I don't have the authority to make that decision on my own. Well, not while he's in town.
Nah, it's fine. I'm just here trying to work out something nice for my mates, and if I can get some sort of, like I said, additional protective armors, then even better. So
I'll bring your request to the Lord. See what he has to say.
great.
Unless you
I
intend
will
to meet
sit
him
here.
yourself.
As soon as it's fine, I'm gonna just work on a song while I wait. Is that all right?
Sure. You will head back
Great.
inside.
Thank you.
And a couple of short minutes later, as you work on whatever song you choose to write, you see two figures, being Lars and also Sadai, the Lord of Blue Waters. His own yellowish tattoos, not really glowing, but reflecting the light of the evening as the sun is now at the edge of being set. As he steps out. Garand, I hear you've defeated the hags. Well done.
We did. Thank you.
We have immense gratitude. Many had lost family, children, longevity. So they're terrible magics. You're in your debt.
They are. Well, great. About that, funny you should bring that up. That's actually why I'm here. You're very good. I don't know, second in command, your valet. I don't know what you call him. But your chief
Captain
operating support officer. Very good, captain of the guard. Yes. So Lars said that it would not be a problem to provide food and lodgings for the rest of the messengers and myself, that we would be able to be taken care of to get ourselves to the next place. But I had a couple questions about maybe a teleportation opportunity, or perchance some kind of improvement on my defensive capabilities. I am much easier to hit than I would like to be. So,
as far as teleportation is concerned, unfortunately we don't have anyone innately talented. There is a small potential. No, he probably wouldn't be able to. I was considering that perhaps Zafrab, leader of the Church of Erebus here, the priest, he takes care of the Lake of Dissension. That he might have some method, but I don't believe he would. Typically, whenever teleportation is required, especially for things concerning lords, I am fetched by the Lord Librarian. We don't have any innate magics here for us to teleport, unfortunately.
that is unfortunate.
Quite so.
All right, well,
It'd be nice to add some time, but most mages are not particularly attracted to a small fishing village.
I mean, is your fish not tasty? I mean,
Wonderful.
I enjoy a good fish meal.
Mages typically have high aspirations. Takes them to Vacuo, to Vane, even to places like Kukinya. Calcite, tough. Even Schist, we're not... Though actually Schist does have quite a bit of commerce, so possibly. But many of us make do. Mages are not particularly attracted to this location unless they're working on some sort of research. But we can most definitely keep you for well for the night. Is there any particular type of armor you're looking for?
Something in the live, agile style, studded leathers, mithril chain, something that would allow me to be, because I'm a little dodgy, right? But not particularly hardy, so...
We could most certainly get you some studded leathers. I don't believe there'd be any mithril in town. You could try searching for individuals. Maybe there's a family heirloom you could purchase. If you wanted something magical, but not a lot of magic makes its way and stays here. But we could get you studded leather, most certainly.
Well, it'll be a good start. So, thank you.
And I imagine, depending on whether or not you're the type of party, the adventuring group to party into the night after an adventure or act quietly, you are welcome to stay within the Rivertop house. Or if you'd like, I can get you rooms at the Greenborough.
I will take your suggestion. We typically are more quiet.
The Rivertop house would likely be that then. It is, the Greenborough is the party center. The town.
Yeah, that's only like if I was going to perform, and I have to be honest, I am not in the right headspace for that at this time.
Then whenever you would like, you can bring your group here. You'll have all the things you need. And Lars, would you be able to get him studded leather from the barracks? Yes, sir. And anything else you need? Fresh arrows, materials.
I'll leave that to them. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Of course.
May you have a great day or great evening, as it's turning out to be soon. And
Yes.
yeah.
As you see the sun setting, it has pretty much set over the mountain at this point, and there's still some light in the clouds, but it is rapidly moving downward, leaving the town in the dark. While he is doing all of this, what is the rest of the party up to back in town? What's Doug doing?
Doug is just kind of with the party, just
Hanging out?
I guess keeping an eye on Thicket a little bit.
Gambito?
What do you say?
I want to talk to the lady.
You search for the lady? So Gambit searching for ladies, anyone going with Gambit to search for the old lady? The old young lady.
I'm looking for the old lady, the old young lady. If anyone wants to come with me.
The, what is she? The, where is it? The, 22-year-old, 60-year-old lady? Is Thicket going with Gambit, or are you doing something else, Thicket? Maury?
I couldn't figure out which button was muted.
Welcome back.
I actually am writing Garand a letter that I will be giving to him. I'm wrapping it up, but yeah, that's coming soon. So whatever makes sense lore-wise for me to be writing a letter.
You can choose to chill at the
Probably.
inn
Yeah.
or something to sit and write. There's plenty of good sitting and writing spots around this town on the river. Because a not insignificant portion of this town is like docks over this river that are tied up and connected to one another. Like the inn, the Greenborough, is on the river. And John, what is John doing?
So, are we staying the night here at all, or?
Yes.
Okay. Did we secure an inn yet? I don't think so.
Yes.
We did?
Your
Okay.
has secured staying with the Lord at the Lord's estate,
Oh. Okay.
Rivertop House.
Hmm.
Granted, he hasn't told you all that yet, so, you know, you may decide you want to go get the rooms at the inn, but from player knowledge, yes.
If I miles of Gambit, I would be telling Gambit.
Yeah, Gambit knows. Gambit would
That's
tell.
true, and within the miles, like, you could probably say, hey, I got a place to stay.
Yeah.
The lady. If y'all want to chill, y'all could go to the Lord's house.
You can chill at the Lord's house, you can chill at the inn, you can go to the Lady with Gambit, or you can do something else.
What time is it?
In game, it's about
For
7
you to get a
p.m.
sundial.
How long have you been sitting on that one?
I say it all the time.
Fair enough.
Time.
Nice. It is 7 p.m. in game. In real life, it is 10 p.m. So after we decide what ways we're gonna go, so like Thicket's letter will probably not be delivered tonight, but in a couple of sessions when it's more. Oh, everything good? Can you all still hear me? Hello. Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Everything
can hear
froze
you.
up for a second.
We can hear you.
Did you hear what I said before that?
I heard 7 p.m. and then you like.
Okay, and then it started to cut out. Cool.
Yeah.
7 p.m.
never really
in
cut out
game,
when you
10
stopped
p.m. in real life. So once we all decide what y'all are doing, we're gonna stop there for the night. Thicket's letter will
Well.
be delivered next session, or whenever Thicket decides. Whenever Maury finishes
I
up
am
and
going
decides
to-
Thicket wants to deliver it.
I'm
I'm going
almost
to let the
done.
rest of the party know I'm going to the inn to go drinking if anyone wants to join me.
I'll join.
All right.
Sweet.
So next time, John and Doug will go there. Gambit will deal with his things. Thicket, if you'd like, Maury, you can deliver the letter somehow to him tonight, or you can keep the letter and deliver it over next time.
Considering it's 10:05,
I think we stop there.
and we are seemingly wrapping up. It seems that I won't finish completely by the time we're done, but I will ask Garan, would you like your letter delivered in the Discord server or DMs?
I mean, I think it's cool for everybody to be able to read it, because I mean, unless like you may not share it with everybody, and Garon may or may not like that. Like, there's a lot of dependent there, but I think it's cool for people to be able to read it. Like, I can separate character stuff like and meta. Like, I can separate that. If you're worried about that, or if anybody else feels like they can't or whatever, then that's fine. We can adjust from there. But I'm fine with it. I think it's cool. Like, if you're doing that, like, I mean, to be fair, the song I'm writing is similar, so. And I was just going to start singing it the next time that I performed, so.
Server it is.
Means, and I think on that side, as the party winds down and prepares to continue the saga of Garan and Thicket's ups and down relationship and friendship over the campaign, we'll stop there for the night. It's been a pleasure, you two. Thank you so much for joining, and we hope you have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week for a one-shot.
What?
Bye.